What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we started this journey to talk about DJ related content, such as tips and tricks, our experiences, our knowledge, and just share it with you guys. So whether you are a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this intro. I don't know, maybe hopefully you guys can hear me now. All right, well, welcome everyone to another episode of Start to Spin. Very excited. Today we're gonna talk about wedding playlists, like creating how to go about it, and anything the ins and out of the wedding, creating a wedding playlist. Now, the reason why I came about this topic is because there's a lot of people that, especially new DJs, that are trying to get into the wedding industry that don't know how to start, how to like get their crates or build a playlist or so on. And funny thing, actually, this happened to me. It was, I think, I want to say last weekend. I was actually on a soccer game. I was playing, and then one guy from the other team, he came up to me, literally while we were playing, and he's like, "Yo, I watch your videos, man. I was like, your stuff is cool. You're very informative. You like to like share knowledge and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate your your time for watching me." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I have a question for you. Like I'm DJing too. I'm trying to get into the DJ business, and I am practicing right now. But I wanted to know, how do you go about like building your playlist?" And like, honestly, I was like, "Look, man, to be honest, like when I first started, yes, I had like playlists, but like nowadays I really don't have like sets, like I mentioned before on my on other lives. I do not have, like, I don't go by sets, so I don't have like set lists, but I do have like, let's say, if I do have a like a 2000s playlist. And I'm not saying like I have every single song of the 2000s, but I have like hits that I think are hits, and I know that works, or that has worked with the crowd. So I honestly just told him, "Look, this is what we're gonna do. I can tell you and explain to you like how I went about it from when I started to where I am now, and then you can build out of that. But it's so much important. It's so important." I told him that the main thing that you have to realize is that everything is gonna be tailored, and it's gonna go based on your clients. So it's very important to sit with your clients and have the conversation with them. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I just created another PowerPoint, and just to touch base on key topics as regards to, like, getting the playlist, and then we're just gonna go into it one by one. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen right now, and we'll go ahead from here and get it going. So first things first, building your wedding playlist. So what are like the essentials of a wedding playlist is that a wedding playlist needs to capture the mood of the day while catering to diverse crowd. You have to remember that in a wedding, you're going to get a whole bunch of people from different places. You're gonna get people. You could get people from Africa. You can get people from Europe. You can get people from South America, Asia, and obviously people from North America. And even then, for North America, there's still different genres of music that they play. You know, we have, like, without going too far, like Mexico. Mexico has so many different genres of music. It's like kind of like it's like EDM. EDM is like a big tree, and it has a whole bunch of branches with different subgenres. So it's just like that. So again, it's very crucial and essential for us DJs to have that communication and the build up with the client so we can assure a great event. So the next thing that we are is looking at everything from the pre-ceremony to the last dance, so that you know that every single step of the wedding. Now, again, this is more based for like new DJs, because I'm sure DJs that have a lot of experience now, it don't take them as long as it would take a new DJ to do, like, to build crates and things like that, because you already know after so many events, you already know based on what they tell you on the demographic what is gonna work and what could possibly not work. And we also are much faster in reading a crowd than a new DJ would be. So for new DJs, having playlist set, or like sets, how we called it, it's great to get started. But essentially, after a couple of events, after you have a good amount of events under your belt, you will become more eased off and more accustomed to just doing your own thing. And even though you're not gonna be preparing sets anymore, you have a base and you know where you can go with what type of music. So that's very important. And being versatile is key in this essence, because the diverse crowd that you're going to be handling, and that so many different requests that you could be getting, and it's just a whole bunch. It's not like you're only going to play this type of music and this type of music, because it's not going to be like that. You're going to have to play different genres that you probably never heard before, songs that you have never heard before. So all of that. So it's very important. It's very important to be versatile in this, in weddings. So now the next thing, it's understanding the client's vision, and this is where we go. Specifically when it comes to building your playlist, because you need to understand what the client wants and what the client is projecting or wants to project on the event. So for you to be able to wrap around that and build their playlist. And again, communication is key. I cannot stress this enough. Communication is huge, is key to have a successful event. Make sure that you're always communicating with your client. If they are requesting any specific type of genre, don't be scared to say, I'm not knowledgeable on that area. But if you could give me some songs, I can do my research and build a playlist out of those songs. Maybe use the singer, or we can do research. You can use Spotify, you can use Apple Music, you can use Amazon Music, you can use YouTube, you can use the billboards, you can use so many resources. Hell, you can use ChatGPT and tell them to give you songs, and then from there you can start building and expanding your library knowledge. But it's very essential. Again, do not be scared to say you don't know a genre. Okay, it's okay not to know a genre. I don't know all the genres, and like I always say on my events, well, on my consultations, and even to you guys, if if someone comes out to me or the client's like, oh yeah, but we want country, the first thing I'm gonna say, and I am a huge advocate on transparency. If you're transparent with your clients, you're gonna build a good relationship with them. So if you tell them, well, in my case, look, I am not knowledgeable on on country music. I have some music. I have some country music. However, I don't play it. I think I played it like once, but I'm not knowledgeable on that music. So I don't know what's trending. I don't know, like, if they want like the new country or they want the old school country music, like all of that. So questions are important. You gotta make sure that you understand what they want, how they want it, so you can perform and make them have a blast. The next thing is that before you even start building your playlist, you need to have that discussion with them with regards to the music that they want and whatever they want to project. Now you have to understand that their vision and their taste of music and the atmosphere that they want to create. It all wraps around what they want and how they want the party or the event to go. If they tell you they want just something chill, then obviously the music that you're gonna prepare or the music that you're gonna project to the crowd, it's not gonna be bumpy music because that's not what they want. They want some chill. But if they're like, no, man, we're here to party, so you're not gonna play some slow ass songs when you have to go into like the dance music, like pop, hip hop, reggaeton, like all of that stuff. You have to go everywhere in every genre you can think of, and throw it out there. At the end of the day, again, it's very important to know what the clients are looking for, so you can build the playlist for them. Now, when building a playlist, you have to consider the demographics. Again, I said that before. The weddings often have a broad range in age range, so you also got to keep that in mind. It's not just It's not just where they're from. It's also the age range. That's another question that you will ask on your consultation, and that way you can aim to mix and then appeal to every single age range, and then you can go from from all these to like new hits, top 40s, and then you can just play in and out, play around with that, and see if they respond positively. If they don't respond positively to that, then try something else. But essentially you need to know what type of music, where they from, specific, and try to be as specific as possible. And this is for Spanish DJs, because the guy that asked me was Hispanic. When someone tells you, or you ask, oh, okay, where you from, and they say Mexico, well, you can't just assume, oh, Mexico, okay, so that's cumbia, that's corridos, that is norteñas. No, you can't just assume that. Why? Because what region of that country they're from, you know, or where, like, are they from like Zacatecas, or are they from like Aguascalientes, or are they from Mexico City, or are they from like, there's the south, the north, the east, the northeast of Mexico. Like, you need to know exactly where they from to know what type of music they play. So, like, for another example here, New York, New Jersey, New York, the type of music they listen over there is completely is different than what we listen here in the DMV. It really correlates to what music they look into. So that's something that you want to know. You want to ask the client. Want to make sure that you know that the music that you're gonna be taking is the appropriate music for that crowd. Now, another thing that you have to keep in mind is that a wedding, during the wedding, during the wedding, you have to create a flow. You have to have a flow. So think about how song transitions, how you're gonna go from one song to another. Now, I know at the beginnings, your beginnings, you might not be able to do this on the fly or like be that quick. But so one rule of thumb, or at least like a hack on this, is build, have some, I want to say, have like good 5-6 songs that you want to like definitely play from at the beginning. And then your last song, make sure that you're able to transition to another genre from that song to this song, and practice it until you get it perfect. Then you can do that and do the transition to the other genre. Then you grab the last song from that genre and then do the same thing with. So your head needs to be already like muscle memory. It has to know what to do in those instances, because it's gonna give you like, you're not gonna get like nervous, or like you're not gonna start like, like freaking out because you don't want to sound bad or whatever. It helps you on your, when you, obviously when you're starting, it helps you to have some peace of mind that the flow is gonna be there. You don't want to, go from, let's say, like something really like upbeat to something like it's gonna kill and try to be match it, or trying to mix it, because again, your flow needs to be consistent. Or there's, obviously there's two ways. You can either have your flow going like this up to the peak, and then start going down, which is pretty much how every event goes. Or if you don't know about flow, if you can't create a flow, or you're not well known on flow of music, you're gonna be going like this, you know. And this is not in my eyes, it's not good to go like this, because people, you need them to understand that little by little it's gonna get better and better and better and better until you get to the peak. And when you get to the peak, that's when like it's just like boom, 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 like song after song after song is just like lasting. And that's the part that people are gonna remember. So it's very important to know and create a flow. While you're creating your playlist, make sure that you have a flow that, it kind of flows natural. Again, as a new DJ, you probably won't have this yet, but it doesn't mean that you can't come up with something, because then you should be practicing all this. And make sure that your flow is consistent, so you can avoid abrupt shifts. Like I was saying, you don't want to start going like this, and boom, and then you just play something that's completely down on the on BPN, or down on the flow, because then you're gonna kill the dance floor. People are gonna start looking at you and like, what are you doing? Or what's wrong with you? Like. So, and that definitely kills the mood. And at the end of the day, what you want is to keep the bride and the groom happy, based on what they provide to you. Based on what they ask for you as well. So, and like I said, you gotta keep the energy up. So during key moments like the first dance or the cake cutting, make sure that when you talk to your clients, you provide ideas. You can be like, suggest songs, for cake. Or how about we do this or this? Or do you have any songs that you guys like? Or you can be like, for the cake song, do you have a song that you guys would like? Or would you like to use this and this songs? And explain why. I know that this songs right here will definitely fit the flow that you're looking for, because it's an upbeat song, and it's recognizable by everyone. Everybody knows the song, so they're gonna like it. So then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, 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 sure, let's do that one. So make sure that you throw in some recommendations. If you know already. If you're new, then obviously just ask them what songs they're gonna want. And if they ask you for, I don't know, can you give me ideas? Well, then just say, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and send you a list of a couple songs that we can use for cake cutting. And you know what you do? You go to ChatGPT, put good songs for cake cutting, and it's gonna give you a whole bunch of songs. Now from there, listen to all of them. The ones you like, the ones that are upbeat, you probably have heard some of them. So you can do that. We can reach out to other people. If you want, you can reach out to me, and I can tell you some songs that I use commonly for cake cutting. I'll just put it out there right now. One of the ones that I use the most is "Cake by the Ocean," because it's upbeat. Everybody knows it, and every time I play it, everybody's singing it and just dancing, walking towards the cake. And the bride and the groom, they're always like dancing, singing it. Everybody's yelling at one point. So It's a really fun song to play during the cake. So there you go. You have one song right there. If you need more, let me know. I got you. I'll send you a list of songs that you can use. Now, let me see where I stay at. Okay, and also this is also true for transitions between different parts of the event. Again, it's very important to know every single aspect of the wedding and every single thing that is going on, because and any specific you might need any specific song for every single part of it. First dance, the father daughter dance, mother son dance. They might have a group dance. The cake. You need to have a song for the gutter removal. You need to have a song for the bouquet toss. If they have games, you need to have those songs for the games. So all of that, and you need to keep that in consideration. And depending on what the flow that they want to project is the music that you're gonna take, and it's also the music or the songs that you can suggest to them based on what you already know. And again, if you're new, the only thing is ask them, ask other DJs around your area. You can ask me. I can go ahead and help you as much as I can. Let's go to the next. Now, and special considerations, song requests. It's always a good idea to ask if the couple has any must-have songs. Also consider taking a few requests from guests, but keep them in check to avoid, chaotic playlists. So in this case, I don't know if every DJ does this, and I think I've heard some say that they don't, but you should, especially on weddings, quinces, you should always be asking for a playlist, because you gotta keep in mind everything has to do with the couple. They know their crowd more than we know their crowd. Hell, we don't know the crowd. We don't even know them that much. So it's very important for you to reach out to the client and request a playlist. Now you can say, "Can I please have some songs that you guys like? Maybe around like 50 songs, so I can base my music around that." And then from those 50, do you have like a mass play? Can you build a mass play out of those 50 songs? And if you by any chance want to have any do not play songs, then you can also send that to me. And I have this happen to me. Some of them were like, must not play songs. What do you mean? And I was like, well, right now it's a lot of clients are saying they don't want line dances, so we don't play line dances. A lot of clients say that they don't want Bud Bunny because it's too like dirty or nasty or whatever, so we don't play it. So those type of things. Maybe there's a song that you really really hate that is trending right now, but you hate it so much you don't want to hear on your event, that should go on your must not playlist. And the reason why, it's because if it's trending, obviously I'm gonna go and play it to everyone. But if you hate it and I don't know that you hate it, and it's not on your do not playlist, and you don't have it on a do not playlist, how would I know that that's the song that you don't like? I want to play something that you guys don't like or gonna make you guys feel uncomfortable. So if you can think of any songs that you definitely do not want to hear, another example, let's say that the bride's father passed, and they have their favorite song was September from Earth, Wind and Fire, and that brings her like heavy memories. You could be like, I do not play that song, please, because I'm gonna cry and it's gonna make me feel bad, and it's not about I want to just have a good time. Okay, so we'll put that on the do not playlist. Things like that can happen. So when you tell your client, make sure that you can come up with like examples so they understand what we mean when we ask for a must play, uh, a set list, a playlist from them, must play, and a do not playlist. Personally, I've only gotten like two or three do not playlists, and they're like probably like two songs and the two singers or something like that. And so it's not big. It's not a big deal. And must plays, I barely get any must plays. The only thing they usually say to me is, as long as you play salsa, merengue, cumbia, bachata, reggaeton, we're good. And literally, that's what we play. So it's not bad. Now you also got to keep in mind the sensitivities of culture. So be mindful of any cultural or religious considerations. Certain songs or genres might not be appropriate depending on the couple's background. Like I was saying with like Bad Bunny, if you're doing a, let's say, a Christian wedding, obviously you have to be very very careful with the music that you're playing, because majority of, like, especially majority of the reggaeton has like the content is not great. The beat is good, it's danceable, but the content, the lyrics are not good. Just like hip hop, some songs are the beat is good, the songs are not good. So yeah, keep that in consideration, the type of music that you're gonna be taking, based on if there's any restrictions during the event or at the wedding. And another huge thing here is to always keep your volumes, check your volumes, because you have to make sure that the levels are appropriate for each part of the event. So for example, if it's dinner, you shouldn't be blasting the music. It should be very, very, very mellow, low. People should be able to hear it. However, they should not be speaking or yelling over the music to talk to somebody else. No, it should be background music, very mellow, and so they can talk. There's no need for you to like be redlining or going full volume on dinner. And I think once the party happens, then yeah, you can blast it. Don't redline, but you can blast the music. Sir, like cocktail hour, well, same thing. Cocktail hour does not need to be loud. You just gotta provide an ambience so people can chat and mingle. You gotta also remember that majority of the people that are at the wedding, they're seeing each other again after a really long time. So they probably want to catch up, and they want to talk, they want to have a good conversation. They can't do that if you're gonna be blasting cocktail hour music. So again, be mindful of these little things, because you want to make sure that you project the right flow, the right energy at every specific time. Let's go ahead and now testing, and your final touches. Test the playlist. So right after, let's say you received the playlist from them, and then you study whatever music they send you, and from there you start putting it together in folders. Now, as a beginner, I would say that you can try to like build sets. That way you practice it and it makes you comfortable. As you're becoming a more seasoned DJ, that's not the case. You won't have sets. You go over there with your whole playlist, but already in our heads, we already know how to start, where to take people, depending on the reaction that we get from them, and we can pick that up faster than a new DJ would. So make sure that you grab sets, prepare sets, and practice it. Do it seven, eight, nine, 10 times if you have to. Practice until you feel comfortable, because that's another thing that you need to project when you're at a wedding. Confidence. If you are confident, if you project that you're confident, they will trust you and they're just gonna let go. They're gonna let loose and enjoy the party. But if they see you like you're tripping, or you're like, oh my god, like what am I gonna play next? Like I don't, like things like that, and they see that energy, they feed out of the energy, and then the levels start going down. You don't want that. You want it to go up. You want the energy to either stay up here or get higher. And that's on us, the DJs, to provide that entertainment. So make sure that you run through whatever all the music that you are gonna be playing that day. If you have sets, obviously, if you have sets, make sure that you practice it, run it, and make sure that there's no glitches. Please, especially on like the first dance, the ceremony dances, any any songs that are gonna be used for the important parts of the night. Please make sure that those songs work 100%. Test them three, four, 5 times if you have to. When you go to the event, you do your setup, test with those songs. Make sure that they work, and that there's no glitches, there's no like bad bad waves on the songs, because that's also gonna project through the speakers. So that's very, very important. And another thing, and this is something that I cannot stress enough to new DJs, please have a backup plan. Remember, every single thing that we have, it's mechanical, and anything that's mechanical can go down. It can break down. It can start acting stupid. You never know. For example, when I first started, my headphones died. I don't know what happened, but I was DJing a wedding. It was a Peruvian and Indian wedding, and my headphones died mid event. So now I couldn't hear the song that I was trying to put in, and that's because I wasn't prepared. I should have a backup headphones. Now I do. I have three now. I have two in my backpack and one that comes with me everywhere in my car. But back then I didn't have that, so I literally had a DJ by memory. Why? That's another thing. Because it was a Middle Eastern and a Peruvian wedding. I was already the Peruvian part I had it locked down, but the Indian part, I literally had to practice and practice and practice and practice. Literally, I want to say like I practiced for a good week and a half. I listened to like the songs that they sent me for a whole month, just to get like used to it, get the hang of it, and just like enjoy it. So I started listening to the music. Once I got to the event, I was able to play, mix. I was able to do transitions, everything like I had my headphones worked, because I already knew the music, I already knew how to do it, and everything went flawlessly. They didn't realize that my headphones weren't working, even though I took them off because I couldn't hear. So, and I was like, I told Pee Wee, I was like, yo, my headphones died, and he started freaking out, and I was like, I think I got it. I think I can figure out how to just do it, and I did. But things like that, it's things that you want to avoid, and you need to have backup plan. Another thing, your computer can crash. So if your computer crashes, that means that your software crashes, and if your software crashes, that means that there's no music coming out of your computer. So what you got to do now, you have to use either your phone, a tablet, or something that you can put music until you're able to reboot your computer, or reset your computer, or whatever you have to do to your computer for it to work again. But if you don't have, let's say, if you don't have music or like some mixes on your phone, then it's just gonna be no noise. There's gonna be like crickets in the dance floor. and that's something that you don't want. That dead air, dead sound, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling for us DJs to have that during an event. So again, if you can spend the time or spend the money to get an external mixer, please do so. It's very beneficial. It's very helpful. They're not that expensive. I think like $80 to $100 for, or 150 for a Mackie or so on. Any mixer would do the job. It allows you to play music from other sources aside from your controller or your computer, and make sure that you have music set up somewhere else in your phone, on a tablet, and make sure that you take those devices with you as a backup, because you never know when your computer might die, or even if your controller dies, you can still use Serato or Virtual DJ or Engine or whatever, all of those softwares. You can use them from the computer itself, you know. But in that case, then you need to send the audio from your computer to the speakers, and the easiest way to do that is through an external mixer. I mean, you can do it directly from the computer to a speaker, but you will get a better quality sound and a louder sound if you connect it to an external mixer. So just those, those little things are very important. You never know when something's gonna go down, and you need to have backups for anything. So for example, I all of my music, right? All of my music, I have it on a hard drive. I have it on my computer itself. My computer has a 1 terabyte hard drive, so all of my music is in my computer. It's in this hard drive, and let me and I have this other one that says backup. So this is the backup of the backup of my computer. So if anything goes wrong from with my computer, I can use I can use either or on my secondary computer that I take it to weddings and quinces. Private events, I don't take the extra computer. I only take one. And if this goes down, then I'll just use my either my iPad, because I always take my iPad with me, an iPad or my phone to just play a mix or something. Reboot my computer and hopefully it works, and then get back to it. But essentially, what you want to have is always want to have a backup of everything. If you're taking two XLRs, make sure that you take four XLRs, because you never know when those other two are not going to work. So do that. If like your speakers, like me, I take three speakers to every event. I take my 44 G2s for weddings and quinces, and I also take my Everse 8. And let's say if anything happens with my 44 G2s, God doesn't permit, but if anything happens to that, I can still play music out of my Everse 8 and get something going while I'm trying to figure out what happened to my 44 G2s. Or when I have like regular events, I use the EV's 12 CLXs, and I also take my Everse 8, which allows me to have an extra source of music if anything goes wrong with any of my speakers. So again, backup is huge, is very important, and please, please, please have backups of everything. You will never go wrong with having backups of backup of backups. And yep, that is what I have about the music that I was talking to you about, regarding the playlist. So again, when it comes to having music, or what music you wanna, well, what music you're going to be playing, how to build the crates. First thing that you can do as a new DJ is to start researching. Go to like Google, and I don't know, you can put anything you want on it. Literally, you can go ahead and say, give me the top 40 songs right now, or give me the top disco hits. And then on whatever software, DJ software you use, you always just, get a crate and put top disco music, or just disco music, and then start listening to all the songs that you like, add them. The songs that you don't like, don't add them, or maybe just add every single song if you want it. So it really depends on how you want to create your, how you want to build your library, and how do you want to create every single thing with your DJ software. So another thing that I do is when I'm doing a wedding, let me go ahead and open up my Serato, and let me see if I can show you guys. Might take a little bit though, because this takes a lot. So give me a second. It's still loading. All right, so let's see. Minimize this. Let me go ahead and put it right here. Let me minimize this real quick. Hold up. Okay. Then we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna bring it here. All right. So slow down a little bit, but hopefully it works. So I'm gonna share my screen, and then let me see, window, this one, share. All right. So here, so here's how I have my stuff. So what's up, Smiley? No worries, man. No worries. So this is how I have mine set up. You might think it's a mess, but it works for me. So once I have a wedding, I go and I click on this box right here, this carton box, which basically creates a crate, and I have them right here. You see where I have events. So when I go to events, I literally have some majority of the events that I've done, like weddings and quinces. So let's say, for instance, I did Natalie's party, right? It was a wedding, and then from there we have Natalie's music. So all of this music, it's Haitian music. So all of this is Haitian music that she sent me, and I thought that, and also, some, not everything is Haitian here. Some of them were songs that she really told me, hey, I really want those songs during during your mix. And Rodrigo sent me his music. So I had two different playlists, and that's what I did. I created a playlist here. I put her name, or I can put like N and K or whatever. I can do that, and then just do a subfolder with everything that she wanted and everything that he wanted. So when I go to the event, all I have to do is come here and go from here to here, from here to here. Or if I click here, so clicking on where it says Natalie's party, it gives me every single song that I have at that from both. So both are here. But if I want specifically only her music, then I will go to hers. And if I want specifically only his music, then I will have to go to his. So like for another example, Sandel's party. So this was a quince that I did. So this is the party music. Okay, this is the music that she says she wanted during the event. And her mom told me that she wanted some Peruvian and specifically some wino and caporales, because they're from that time, or from the specific side of Peru, and they listen to this type of music. So I had the Peruvian music in one folder, I have the party music in another folder, and if I just wanted to have everything at once, at one glance, I just click on Sindel's party, and it gives me every single thing that they sent me, or everything that I have from there. So that's pretty much how I have them set up. I do have under events. I build the crates based on what they send me, and I put it here. And let's say I don't have there's some songs that I don't have that they want, then I will go to Beat Source and create a folder. So here, as you see, I have a queer anthem one, and this is because I'm doing an event this weekend. Uh, so techno, I have club hits, wedding playlists, 80s for fire party lists. Like a whole bunch of songs that I know will work. So, for example, like this one, Katie's Party. Some of these songs I know that I'm not gonna use more like often. I'm only probably gonna use once or twice. So I'd rather have them on Beat Source than actually download it and have it, taking memory in my computer, because it's not gonna work for me. I don't party that type of, I don't play that type of music. Um, for example, this one, he this was a wedding, but the the groom wanted a lot of I think it's grunge. It's called grunge music. I'm never gonna play that again. So what I did is I came here and I went to BeatSource and I downloaded. Well, I didn't download it, but I grabbed some music. Where is it? Is it under EDM music? What was 80s alternative, dinner playlist in the lungs. Okay, so this one, like for example, like something like this, like oh here, grunge music. So I did a little research based on what they asked for, what he asked for, and I came up with these songs, and then I played some of them, and it worked. Like they really liked it. So, and then again, everything has to do with you doing your research and understanding their goal and the flow that they want to project during the party. But essentially, it obviously is also going to help that they give you a playlist to go to base your research and your song selection based on the songs that they provide you, or singers that they provide you. Like having a big, so for example, if I want to, like this is a cocktail hour full thing that I have here for cocktail hour. I have 2000s dance hits, all of this. So if I want to play them, I can play them. So yeah, so pretty much that's really how I build a wedding playlist. Again, so to summarize everything that I just said right now, because I was just kind of like speaking because I was looking at it, but to summarize, I received the playlists, right? I received the playlists, then I come here, I click on this add a playlist. See how you get a crate here. So let's say that it's gonna be D DNK wedding. Okay, let's call it DNK wedding. So let's say there's Spanish wedding. So let's say what they want to do is they want okay, so their first dance will be okay, making love out of nothing. So that's gonna be their first dance. Okay, so now you know that that's gonna be their first dance. They let's just say that they want to walk into this song because it's cool. They won. They like uh, "Oh What a Night" to be the another song or whatever. So let's just say, for instance, right here. Uh, then once I started grabbing their songs, whatever the songs that they want for the specifics, uh, first dance, entrances, and all of that, right? I come here and then I start putting on comments. I put what's gonna be. So for example, here on Valerie, right? See how I have Valerie? I have ceremony and party time. So for ceremony at Quince, she wanted the tiempo de vibes to see how I have it here. The walls going with her parents, and this is then they wanted the Awanile, they wanted to dance this on too, and then the time of our lives, they wanted this on too. But you see how I have in comments what it is for? That's another thing that you want to have. See right here in this one, a bright entrance to ceremony, James, whatever this is, and then processional, and then for cake they wanted the SpongeBob song. Then the party started. They wanted to start the party with this song, Timba and Sandunguita. They wanted to start the party with that song, so obviously I have to keep that in mind. Then they had the code of honor entrance, parents entrances, and main entrances. So in this case, I have it set up here, and I know that all of these ones are the ones that I need. So once we get to the event, we I will go to prepare, and we'll go based on the. So let's say the one. Let's say Command P. Okay, so we have stadium record. That's the one of the entrances, and then you want this one, and it's another entrance. So then you start going and prepare, and then you can start selecting, and then go to your go to whatever side you want. But okay, so I lost the song. But anyway, so after you can either do this way, you can do it this way, or you can record a you can record the entrance. So you can put this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, play them all and record it, and then just cue points. So instead of having so many different songs, you just have one file, one song, and then just cue point for every single entrance. And all you have to do is press. So it's much easier than doing this, doing one by one. But it's totally up to you. It's totally up to how you want to work. Sometimes doing the easier way is better. So honestly, if there's a lot, like, for example, if there's a quince with, let's say, 7, 8 couples, and they all want to come into a different song, then I'm turning all the songs into one and just having cue points, because having to pick every single song, like, that's too much. So put it all together in one song and start doing the cue points, and then you'll be good to go. And on every single cue point, just put the initials of the couple that's walking in, and then you already know. And then after that, you can delete. You can delete it if you want. You don't have to have it. But yeah, so that's essentially how I have my music. And then obviously everything that comes into, like, with, like, the playlist, I will go here and just search for the song. Let's say that they say, oh, I want La Vaca, right? So I go La Vaca, and then I have, like, all this. So then I listen to them, and I'll make sure, like, for this one says I did 57 plays, and this one is 16 plays. So I will listen to both. Most likely I will use this one because it has more plays. But then from here I will go and just drag it to the K and D wedding. So I have it here. Now As right now, everything is in one spot. What you can do is create another folder, grab that folder, drag it in, and here just put like party. That way you know that everything that it's here is gonna be straight up party. So you come here, you grab la vaca, you put it on party, and then now you can. So you now when you go to party, you only see la vaca and you won't see like this ones, the rest. So it's easier to pick from, and you just go about that. And the same thing you can do a ceremony. You can open one and do drag it in here, and then do ceremony, right? You do ceremony, you come here and you just drag like this through this two, we'll drag it here to ceremony, grab this one, ceremony. So now when you come here, you're like, okay, today is DNK's wedding. So we come here, we gotta work on the ceremony first. So there we go. There you go. You have all the ceremony music, and then okay, the party about to start. So you go to party, and then you should have all the songs for the party. This is pretty much like a quick way to have your song set up in, well, Serato. I mean, I guess you can use it in any like virtual DJ, any software, DJ software, but this is how you do it on Serato because that's the one I use. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this helps someone in regards to building, how to build a playlist, or going about the hopefully the presentation itself, not so much the end part, because this is almost everybody knows how to do that. Maybe new DJs don't, and the problem maybe just seeing a different way than what they were doing. But hopefully the presentation helps you and guides you in regards to some questions that you could ask, things that it's okay to ask for a playlist, for a must play, do not play. It's also okay for you to provide them and share some light in regards to the type of event, type of music that you like offer a guidance in regards to the music that they could be choosing, depending on what they want to project and the effect that they want to show into the crowd. So yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully, again, you find something out of this useful and be able to implement it on your events, and hopefully everything goes well with that. And you just, at the end of the day, try your best to make them have fun, to enjoy the night, and for at the end of the day, that they're very happy that they chose you out of so many DJs that they could have gone. All right. Well, we're gonna cut it short right this time. Stay tuned next week. Shay is back next week, so it's gonna be a more fun live. So yeah, man. With that being said, thank you guys for your time. Appreciate the love, and you'll see you on the next one. All right. You have a good one. Peace.